Look at her, she's spittin' nerdy. Look at her, she's spittin' nerdy. Can't you see she's spittin' nerdy? Look at her, she's spittin' nerdy.
Hello, hi, good morning everyone. How are you doing? Let me know down in the comments because I'm going to be telling you all about how I'm doing today. So let's make this a two-way conversation. Tell me how you're doing. I had asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted me to give you a full skin update because I never really showed you how bad my skin got when it got really bad. And it was at kind of its peak worst, at least on my arms, right before I started AIP. So I kind of wanted to give you guys a whole, like, you know, skin update before and after. Not really after, more like before and current, because we're not done yet, so there is no after yet, but just kind of like show you what all of these different changes that I've been making have been doing to my body. So we'll get to that a little bit later. I need to get in my yoga, need to break my fast. Today I'm breaking my fast with my little no coffee, no milk, no nothing AIP friendly latte. It's just some roasted dandelion root tea steeped for about 12 minutes, and then I added in some coconut milk or toasted coconut milk because I burnt it a little bit when I was thawing it from the original package that it came in, so I'm just calling it toasted coconut milk. And then I added some actual coconut butter, which is, pro tip, like the best way to sweeten things without adding any amount of sugar. And then I dumped in some collagen because I'm supposed to be consuming collagen every day. And then, pro tip for like all drinks, add a little bit of cinnamon. Cinnamon is just delicious and amazing. And then I also added some maca because recently was just thinking about different adaptogens that I could have, and I was like, oh, I can have maca. So like I might as well have some maca. I've been trying to make sure I break my fast with bone broth, and that is what I do probably about 6 days out of the week, but today just want a little treat to break my fast with, so we got this. I think this is the best this has ever turned out. It was pretty good. So I'm gonna finish this, and then as far as exercise goes, today is just a yoga day, so I'm gonna go do like 20 or 30 minutes of yoga in my backyard just to get some movement in, work on my mobility, and also get some good sun exposure, get that vitamin D, and then I'll catch you in the kitchen when I'm making breakfast. So I ended up not doing yoga. I went outside, got my mat all set up, had my computer set up, the video was ready to go for me to like follow along and do the thing, and I got ready to do it. Like I sat down on my mat and started doing the first thing, and I was just like, I am not feeling this. My body is just not in the right space to do this right now. So I didn't do it. I just laid there for a few minutes, let my body absorb the sunlight, and then I came back inside. It's really warm outside, and we don't have air conditioning, so it's really warm inside too, and my water filter is room temperature, so that's not very helpful for cooling me down. So instead I have a bunch of Spindrift, just lime flavor Spindrift. It's just carbonated water and fresh lime juice. I have a bunch of these in the fridge, so I was like, that's gonna be nice and cold, and I was like, you know what, I want to spice things up just a little bit. So I grabbed my SIGMATIC Superfood Beauty Mix, and I don't think I've actually talked about this before. It's a relatively new product from SIGMATIC, and it's formulated to like promote overall beauty. It has things in it like tremella mushroom, which can potentially help retain moisture in your skin. It has Schisandra, which is well known for potentially conferring some beauty benefits. It has some vitamin C, which can support the synthesis of collagen in the body. It has biotin, which is known to help strengthen the hair, skin, and nails. So it's a good combo if you're looking for something to like improve your skin. Considering my whole life is revolving around improving my skin right now, figured this is a good one to add. But it's really good, especially with a small squeeze of like lemon or lime, hence why I ended up adding it to this thing. And you know what? This is my first time mixing it with carbonated water. I am a fan. So if you want to step up your nutritional beauty game, or just add something into your life that tastes really good and is full of some pretty darn cool ingredients, I definitely recommend you check this out. As always, with any SIGMATIC product, you can use my code FITAndNerdy to get 15% off. So I will link that down in the description. Highly recommend you go check this out. I just made my go-to like salmon veggie hash bowl for breakfast. This has quickly become one of my favorite breakfasts on AIP. I don't know why, I'm just absolutely obsessed with it. I think it's the coconut aminos. I have a new appreciation for coconut aminos. It turns out a little bit different every time, but this time I had some cauliflower rice that I needed to use up, so I did that with some chopped up carrot, sauteed that, let it get a little bit steamy, a little bit soft for a minute, and then I went ahead and added some zucchini, yellow squash, and chopped up kale. Let that soften a little bit with some onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and coconut aminos in there. And then once that was like nice and tender, I threw on some red cabbage. Just cook that for another minute or two just to let it get like a little bit soft but still crunchy. And then for the salmon, I just covered that in, again, onion and garlic and salt and coconut aminos, and baked that in the oven at 400 for like 15 minutes. This always turns out so good. You can use whatever veggies you want, just chop them up, saute them up, throw in some salmon or whatever meat you want, or meat replacement, and you got yourself a really good meal. So I just finished running some errands, getting some work done, and now I have a snack. It's just some coconut yogurt with some raspberries and blueberries. Probably not gonna eat dinner for at least 2 hours, and I was like a wee bit hungry, so I figured, you know, a wee little snack would be good thing to do. And since I already had taken a little break from working to make this snack, I figured this would be a good time to give you my full little skin progress update. So I never really showed you guys what my skin looked like when it was at its worst for a few reasons. A, when it was at its worst, I didn't know it was at its worst, so I couldn't be like, here's my before, when I didn't know that that would be my like worst before. Also because I just got so many horrible comments from what I did share that, you know, I didn't really feel like sharing the worst of it. But now that it's getting better, still not very confident sharing it. Please be nice to me, thank you. If you're new around here, this skin issue has been happening on and off since my freshman year of high school, so I don't have any pictures from like back then or other times that it was really bad until within about the last 2 years. That's when I started kind of documenting it and really trying to figure out what was wrong with me. So I actually have this picture from, I think this was around April 2018, so a little over a year ago. My skin got really, really bad, and that was kind of what kicked off my first journey to try to figure out what was wrong with my skin, trying like a bunch of different diets, gut healing protocols, etc. Nothing really seemed to make much of a difference, but that's really what got me on this journey in the first place. So this was my back then, and it doesn't really look as bad as it actually was, and that's kind of saying something. My entire back felt like lizard skin. It was not pleasant, and it all itched like really, really bad the entire time. And then just moving this to the most recent flare-up that just got so bad that I'm now doing what I'm doing. These pictures were from May. Mostly my eyes at that point were the worst part. My eyelids felt so thin and papery that I was kind of scared to touch them, but they itched really bad, so I was like fighting myself the entire time. It got really dry around my mouth, and then that started to spread like all over my face. And then this video is just showing how red the skin was around my eyes. I think part of that might have been from withdrawal from the steroid creams that I was using for like 10 years. If it wasn't that, I'm sure that didn't help. My eyelids were one of the very first places that was affected by this in my freshman year of high school, and so I've literally been using steroid cream on my eyelids like for 10 years. So don't do that, kids. And then these are some pictures from the beginning of June, and you can see how bumpy my skin was all over my arms. That's when I think my face was like about as bad as it had ever gotten, and then it started like spreading to my arms, which was fantastic. Really itchy, really bumpy, red. And then then we get to the end of June, and I start to look like I have like a serious disease, like contagious, gonna make everyone around me's skin fall off. Not pleasant, not fun, pretty painful, insanely dry, didn't feel like real skin. It felt like I had like fake non-skin just glued onto my own skin. And my face had actually kind of started getting better by this time, but you can see it was still pretty splotchy, and there were a lot of dry patches as well that just didn't really show up as well on the camera. So that was June 26th, and I think it was about 2 days later that I started AIP and started all of my different lifestyle changes. So that was what, like June 28th-ish? By July 7th, so just over a week later, this is what my skin looked like. My face was almost entirely clear, like 90-95% better, and then those huge patches on my arms were mostly gone. Like, you could look at them and still be like, oh, something's wrong with her, but you wouldn't look at them and be like, oh my god, I need to stay away from her. And then these are the pictures that I took today. Today's the 18th, so this is like 20-ish days after starting AIP and all my other lifestyle changes, and you can see my face is like still about 95% better. I still have one like tiny dry patch here, and I get a little bit of dryness right here, but other than that, like my skin is a normal color again, which is just amazing. And then the under part of my arm is also massively better. Again, still a little bit splotchy. A lot of the splotches are just from where I keep scratching myself because it's healing, so it's itchy, and so I just keep scratching it before it's able to heal. I need to stop scratching, but we're working on it. So I'd say my skin overall got about 70% better within like a week to 10 days of starting this new protocol. And I think it's still about 70% better, because while certain things have gotten a ton better than they were after the first week, I've gotten a few other issues that are not super great. I started having more flare-ups like on the inside of my arms that got super itchy, and so the skin there is a little bit discolored and like not looking like skin, and then all of my legs are still a little bit itchy, and that was not as much the case before. It's also definitely being affected by the heat. It's suddenly gotten a lot hotter where I live, and it's like not comfortable, and whenever it's warm my skin usually does worse anyway, so that's not helping with the recovery process. Overall too, I'm just feeling much better. My skin hasn't been my only symptom, and some of my other symptoms are starting to go away as well. I feel like I have much better mental clarity, and I can focus a lot better when I'm working, except for the fact that I have not been getting very good sleep, so it's kind of interfering with my mental clarity and ability to focus. But even with the lack of sleep, I feel like I can focus better. And then when it does come to sleep, my sleep has just, something's weird, and it could just be because in the process of my body healing internally, there's just things going on that are waking me up. Who knows? Again, I am working with a professional on this, so as much as I appreciate everyone's desire to help me and share your stories, I would appreciate more if you would keep your internet doctor opinions to yourself, because it can get pretty stressful reading through hundreds of different diagnoses and people telling me what I need to do and need to not do, and it just ends up being a bunch of noise of people telling me what to do, and it's a little bit overwhelming. So I appreciate people who tried to give me help, but again, working with a professional, I'm going to be sticking with her advice. Speaking of which, the person whom I am working with is Christina Rice from Christina Rice Wellness. She is absolutely amazing. The like only other person in the health and fitness space who I can 100% stand behind pretty much everything she says, which is like, for me, I have high standards. She meets my standards, so I definitely recommend you go give her a follow on her podcast, the Wellness Realness Podcast. Follow her on Instagram, check out her website, both Christina Rice Wellness. I'll link it down in the description if you want to check her out. So I got more work done, went on a walk, just made dinner, and I think I may have gone a little bit overboard with the sweet potato fries. Not that like I shouldn't eat this amount of sweet potato fries, just that I don't know if I can physically eat this amount of sweet potato fries. I think I'm gonna be real full if I try to eat this all. But we will see how much I can actually get through. I'll just eat until I'm full, and then I will be done, and maybe I'll save the leftovers. But I just wanted to make a burger and fries for dinner because that's what I felt like, and who doesn't love a good burger and fries? So for my burger, for the actual patty, I have a ButcherBox ground beef patty, 100% grass-fed, pasture-raised, hormone antibiotic-free, etc. And actually, if you're looking for some good burger patties, ButcherBox is actually doing a special promo where if you order before, I think it's August 4th, you'll get 6 free burger patties in your order until the month of October. So you get free burgers until October basically. So I'll link that down in the description box below if you want to check that out. And then I topped it with some red onion, half of an entire avocado, some pesto. Oh yeah, my main inspiration was the fact that I wanted a pesto burger. So I topped it with some AIP compliant pesto, little bit of broccoli sprouts, and then underneath it's just on a bed of lettuce. And I'm so looking forward to this. My mouth is literally watering looking at this food in front of me, but I definitely don't want to overstuff myself tonight because I promised you guys that I would show you my go-to AIP dessert, and I want to be able to do that tonight. I ended up finishing my entire dinner. Like, I'm usually not one to doubt my eating abilities because I can eat a lot of food, but I just wasn't feeling super hungry, and that was a lot of sweet potatoes. I was like, not sure, but that went down real easy. So now it's definitely time for dessert. I've told you guys about these before, so this isn't like some big revolutionary thing, but I have just been obsessed with these lately. They're the Nuco coconut cinnamon wraps, and oh my goodness, they make me so happy. Thrive Market also has basically the same thing, and I love those too. I was at Whole Foods the other day, and I was hungry, and I saw these, and I was like, I need to get them. And the ingredients for these are so simple. It's just coconut meat, coconut water, coconut oil, and cinnamon. It's all organic. And it tastes incredible. So I just take some of the sheets, and then this is probably just me, but I like to like roll them up into like a little stick so that I just like to like actually bite into, you know? And so I just take little bites, and it's a nice chewy bit of cinnamony coconut. And now that I think about it, it's probably hard to believe that I'm genuinely enjoying this, but I promise you I am. I think AIP has just drastically changed my taste buds, and like plain coconut is just amazing now. So when I'm craving dessert, this is just what I have. I don't crave dessert that often anymore either. Like, I easily could have not had this tonight, but since I was talking about it, I kind of wanted it already. But I've just been finishing dinner and feeling really full and satiated and not even really being tempted to have dessert. And you guys know that a lot of the times before I was AIP, I would have a little bit of chocolate at night just to kind of like end my day because I enjoy it, I love it, and why not? Chocolate's amazing. And I honestly thought giving that up was gonna be a lot harder than it has been, but since I've had to cut it out, like, I haven't even looked back. That's not to say that I'm not looking forward to when I can eat chocolate again, but like, I'm fine without it. But yeah, that's just kind of been my approach and my mindset and what's working for me, and I'm enjoying it, and as you've seen, it appears to be working. So with that, I think I will leave you guys here. I don't plan on eating anything else today. I'm just gonna probably go hop in the shower, brush my teeth, and go to bed. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up because it really does support me and my channel, and I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your neighbors. Leave a little comment. Let me know what you thought down below. If you want to see more videos from me, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell to get notified when I post future videos. And in the meantime, while you're waiting around looking for something to do, if you want to see more videos from me all about health and fitness, you can check those out over here. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye.